when it comes to choice of how you use infrastructure as code as a whole, as a rule, right?
Yeah.
There is a trade-off. There's a balance to be made, and one of those balances is, takes into consideration how liquid do I want this this implementation to be. What's my team size? Like, who are we talking about? What processes are we changing here? There's many considerations, and there's some advantages to using infrastructure code. And one of those things that was clear was that repeatability and assurance of integrity is one of those key advantages that you want to take into account to balance. So
and there's a boundary, up to a certain point. And so I wanted to say, like, we're provisioning opsgenie with Terraform now. We did everything up until schedules. We could Terraform the schedules, but by design, we didn't, because the end user of this is going to be a manager who wants to drag and drop schedules around and people around. And we didn't want to have that in Terraform for that reason. That'd be abusive to the manager, I think.
Right.
So
ergonomics is key. I'll never forget what one of my engineering directors told me. She told me her entire job is to think and consider feedback loops. Like, how do people make changes to the systems at play? So if I put the feedback loop frame on, and consider like my choice of technology and how to implement a process, then it really helps for me to frame how what's the appropriate technique to apply here, so that the people have the right tools and the best capabilities to do what they need to do. It's not surprising engineers, myself included, want to automate to the nines, but sometimes the UX actually doesn't call for that. The user experience isn't.
And the investment
needed isn't actually
just doesn't call for it.
And it's a really what we were doing was that we were doing what engineers do. Was say, hey, we saw a problem. There's something we could dry up, and so we dried it up. But it wasn't appropriate to actually dry it up, because it actually made it more complex to do so. And ultimately was not better for the people involved. So we're it's a balance to strike, like you said.